Welcome to this Flutecast on mixers. This is one of the series of technology Flutecasts we have that include microphones, mixers, and we'll also in the future be doing digital effects. So this is my mixer. It looks fairly complicated, but I'm going to break it down and going to make it really simple. This is my Rode mixer, and it's an Alesis Multimix 8. It's kind of cool, and it allows for lots of inputs, but we're only going to use one. And the way this is working is the microphone is coming out. It's actually going through a loop pedal this time because we're going to use that a little bit later. And it's coming in this blue wire. So this is your microphone input, and the sound literally comes straight down this channel. It says mic, so I can figure out on a dark stage which my mic input is. And then it will hop across and go through the speaker system and out these two wires, and currently that's going out the recording kiosk that we use in workshops, and I'm monitoring that in my earphones here. The first thing you're going to want to do, there's a little switch here that cuts out low frequency sounds. It says HPF for high pass filter and 75 hertz. The lowest sound a mid-range flute is going to produce is somewhere around 350 hertz. If you're going down to a low A minor flute, that's 220 hertz. So 75 hertz is well below that. The reason we have this, and I'm going to press that in, the reason we have this is if you hear that hum in your system. The next thing, very important, is the preamp. It's the first amplifier and the most important amplifier you have, and this is very simple. Play loud and keep an eye on the meter and turn this up until you're just below this red clipping light. I'm going to demonstrate it here to give you the quality of that clipping sound, and keep an eye on the mic. So play the loudest you're going to play. That sound, that sawtooth sound is the sound of clipping. So I'm going to back it off till it's pretty reasonable. I've set it fairly low now, so I'm reading, but I'm nowhere near the clipping. We're going to move down this channel and look at the controls. And these are the controls that are going to give you direct control over the quality, the timbre of your sound. So before we get started, I'm going to record a loop, and we're going to use that loop to hear how the sound of the flute changes as we change the controls in this column. Here we go. Loop pedal. There's our loop playing back. Just below the clipping, if you notice that. Turns down just a tad. Don't want it to clip. That's a good thing to do. Run it through your loop pedal, and then you can easily set the preamp control. First thing we're going to do is look at EQ. EQ stands for equalization, and this is a direct control. We have three controls over the high frequency sounds, the mid frequency sounds, and the low frequency sounds. If we just select, let's say, low frequency sounds, I'm turning down the high and mid and maximizing the low. Now, you can hear in my voice what this does, and let's hear what it does in the flute. Sound of only the low frequency sounds. Now I'm going to select mid frequency. Actually clip there a little bit. Okay, those are the mid frequency sounds. Okay, you can also hear that in my voice. I'm going to take down and minimize and maximize high frequency sounds. These are sounds like sounds of cymbals and the S's in our words. And let's hear the flute. And now I'm going to bring it back to normal. Personally, for Native American flute, what I typically like to do is leave the three of them centered, except take the top one off just a little bit if the flute has a high frequency sound that's like maybe a little bit of breathiness. If you want the breathiness, then leave that up or even increase it. But I like maybe a slightly more mellower sound, especially if I've got a higher flute that might be a little bit harsh at the top. Now we're going to come down, I'm going to leave that set just the way I like it, and we're going to ignore these two. These two control digital effects, and that's the topic of a future Flutecast. Okay, I'm going to come down to pan, and this gives you control over your left and right speaker. Typically, most systems will have a left and right speaker that you're working through, a left and right channel if you're doing recording, and if I control the pan, left channel only. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, remember, we've got a bunch of channels here. I've labeled my iPod, the channel I typically plug my iPod into, and my laptop into, and you can take each of these channels and pan them left and right. Now, if you're on the right side of the stage, you might want to set up so that you're coming out the right speaker more, and the players over the other side, if you're doing the controlling of all of these people, you might want to put them over on their side so that the audience sees on stage and it matches what they hear coming out of the speakers. Okay, and you've got this, which is a volume control. This is a volume control. Once you've set this, you can use this bottom volume control to balance the various channels. You can also use the main volume control. And that's it for mixers. It's a very simple system once you get comfortable with it, and you can really get control over the quality of your sound. What we're going to look at next time, I'll give you a preview, is what really makes the flute sound like a flute, sound like a lot of the recordings you hear, which is this knob here, which gives us reverb. I'm going to play the background. I'm going to play the loop with a little, and bring in a little bit of reverb. And if you leave the reverb up, you'll sound like you're talking in a canyon. So when you go to the talk in the mic, just dial that back down. And that's it for mixers. Have fun. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, you can get into it. You can get really direct control over your sound. And if this turns you off, no problem at all. Take your flute, go outside, play to the four winds, and enjoy yourself. There's nothing about any of this that is required. There's no requirements in this kind of improvisational music. It's an opportunity to take control of your sound, but everything you do on this instrument should be to satisfy your own heart space, your own goals. If you want to get into this, get into it. If you want to just play your flute to the four winds, go for it and enjoy yourself. Everything we do in our workshops has that philosophy. We're not teaching something that people have to learn. We're offering something that might be useful. We try to stay as much as possible in the heart space. It's one of the reasons that we're doing these videos, so we can put it out on YouTube and you can look at it at home and take it or move on to something else. In our workshops, we love to get together, play with other musicians, and we'll also be there recording and giving you the opportunity to record if that's what you want to do. We would love to have you join us at a workshop.